Are you there, Whitney? I just wanted to apologize for the delay in responding to you.
No need to apologize. I apologize for calling you at work earlier.
Yes, typically it wouldn't be a problem, but I was in the middle of a meeting when you called. Is this about Sharina?
Yes, it is correct. It's simply that I haven't been able to reach her for nearly 2 weeks. I'm just scared about what happened to her. Do you know if she's all right or if anything happened?
Sharina is fine, in my opinion. I haven't noticed anything wrong with her.
At the very least, that is reassuring to hear. But that doesn't explain why I can't manage to reach her. My messages aren't even becoming read. She used to never act like this. She'd always respond to me.
I see. Sharina, on the other hand, no longer has a cell phone.
What? How'd it end up?
Yeah, I'm worried that her broken phone will prevent her from using it. She dropped it in a pot of water by accident, and it became waterlogged. So it's not just you. She's not messaging anyone at the moment.
I had no idea she'd broken her phone.
Yes, she was being a little reckless one night while making supper, and it fell right out of her hands and into a pot of water.
I see. I still wish I could contact her. But at least I know what's going on. However, since it has already been 2 weeks, why not simply purchase a new phone?
Yes, I believe that is a good concept. We've discussed it.
So why haven't you done it yet? Sharina must be missing out on a lot if her phone isn't working, right?
But you see, Sharina has shattered her phone for the second time. We bought a new phone to replace her old one the first time approximately a month ago. However, you are aware of how expensive smartphones can be. Purchasing a replacement phone is not the easiest thing in the world.
So why didn't you say something? How about I hand over the cash so you can purchase her a new phone? No one in this day and age should be without one.
I apologize profusely. I know you have good intentions, but I can't let you do that for us.
Why not? It isn't bothering me at all. I'd be delighted to assist you.
I only wish Sharina would consider the implications of her conduct after she's already gone through 2 phones. I informed her she'd have to get a new phone on her own. Perhaps she'll be more cautious in the future as a result of this.
I guess I understand what you're trying to say to her. But surely there must be more options than doing this, right?
The problem is that she doesn't actually have any money of her own. That is why it is critical that she learns to treat her belongings with caution. At this moment, I believe that if anyone intervenes, we will soon have a 3rd smashed phone.
I am at a loss for words at this point.
Hopefully, she will learn to be more responsible with her belongings. It is not appropriate for a wife to be unconcerned about breaking items or how much money her actions may cost others.
Okay, that's okay. But I suppose if I call your home phone number, I should be able to talk to her. It's just been so long since I've heard her voice that all I want to do is call my kid. I mean, I can't recall the last time I saw her.
It's been a while since we've seen each other, hasn't it? But I'm afraid we're too far apart to make frequent trips.
That's true, but I can't stop myself from wanting to see her. I mean, she is my only child. I'll always be concerned about my little baby, no matter how much I try to relax or remain calm.
I get what you mean. Even though she now lives with us, I suppose I may enable her to communicate with you. I'll let her phone you later tonight.
Okay, thank you for informing her how much I appreciate that. The next day. Are you there, Henry? What became of my daughter? Please explain what's going on.
What do you mean? I have no idea what you mean.
I just spoke with one of Sharina's former classmates. She told me she met Sharina and she looked like a skeleton.
A skeleton? What exactly do you mean by this? You're making no sense.
You said I'd be able to talk to my daughter yesterday, but it never happened. I just want to know what's going on and whether Sharina is safe.
She is, of course, fine. She's just been sick, which is why she's lost so much weight. This is also why she was unable to speak on the phone yesterday. She was feeling a little under the weather. I'm not sure who this friend you're speaking with is, but they seem to be exaggerating about everything. I think she simply does not understand how individuals change after they marry.
I see what you're saying, but Sharina's buddy said she was virtually skin and bones when she saw her. This isn't a minor weight decrease.
And believe me when I say that this so-called pal has no idea what they're on about. I assure you that everything she mentioned was exaggerated.
Please send me pics. My poor daughter has the appearance of a stick. That kind of weight change, in my opinion, is not good. You are, after all, her spouse. Are you concerned about your wife's health?
Whitney, you must comprehend something. I am a very busy person, and if Sharina becomes ill, she can go to the doctor's office on her own. I mean, I'm not her nanny, and she's a grown woman. If there was an issue, which there isn't, and she could handle it herself, she would.
But that is not right. I'm not asking you to be in charge of my daughter's medical care. I'm only stating that Sharina didn't seem to be in good shape in those images. Can you at least speak with her and inquire how she's doing? Or at the very least, allow me to speak with her?
You simply must accept Sharina as a member of my family. Please leave us alone. You are being far too domineering and crossing far too many lines right now.
How can you say anything like that to me? Her mommy is me? I'm not just a worried bystander. I don't see how Sharina marrying you means I should never speak to her again. Simply tell me what you've done to my daughter since she moved in with you. Because I am convinced that the alterations she has endured are not safe.
Okay. And what exactly are you implying? Are you trying to suggest it's my fault Sharina is the way she is?
I just mean that, as her mother, I have every right to be concerned about her health. I would never have allowed you two to marry if I had known you would have treated her this way.
What do you mean? Do you have no idea who my family is? Don't you realize what type of life we're offering your daughter by allowing her to join our family? She should work much harder for us. I mean, I've never met such a useless wife.
A useless wife? And what exactly do you mean? How can you say that to someone you're meant to love?
I'm just saying she has no idea how to cook, rarely cleans the house, and is generally useless. You should be embarrassed of yourself for raising such a useless daughter after all.
Do not mention my daughter or how I reared her. You have no right to say Sharina is useless. She has always been a determined young lady, eager to assist with housework. I'm not sure what you're on about, but if she's not her typical bouncy self, it's because she's upset about something.
No, nothing silly like that. The truth is that you simply failed to nurture Sharina properly, and she is now incapable of caring for me or my family. Make no more excuses for yourself or her. I'll also ask you to cease attempting to contact Sharina. She's ours forever. We'll have to start from scratch with her training.
Train her? Are you certain? But does it mean I'm correct? You're hurting my precious little kid. Please tell me what you did to her. This is not something you can get away with. Please return my kid to me right away.
I'm afraid your daughter won't see anybody else until her training is through and she understands how to be a good wife.
This is not a video game, Henry. I'm serious. Mark my words. I'll get her away from you.
I believe you should also be aware that I am not joking. We now have your daughter to do whatever we want with. You should probably forget about her. When the priest asked if there were any objections, you had your chance. But it's far too late for you to intervene.
You're the worst. Just horrible. I would never have allowed my poor little girl marry you if I had known what a terrible guy you were.
Don't worry. We'll make sure your poor little daughter has all she needs to become a proper woman, capable of caring for her family. You should be thankful that we are doing our job for you.
You can't possibly be serious. Do you really think I'd be grateful for any of this? You're a maniac. I'll get her back. I'll demonstrate it to you. 3 days later.
You did take her, didn't you? Sharina was taken from my home by you. Tell me how you accomplished it. I need to know right now.
I will never again provide my daughter to you or your family.
That, I'm afraid, will not suffice. Please return Sharina to us straight away, okay? This is something I'm serious about.
The answer is no. Do you understand that you will not be getting Sharina back as long as I am able?
But we weren't done with her training yet. We still have a lot of things to teach her. Do you know how much money and effort we've already invested in her? You wouldn't be acting like this if you did, and you'd know to give her back to us.
I'm afraid you won't see your wife again. Nobody will ever see her again.
What's that? What does that even mean? What occurred to her? What exactly does this mean?
That is, you no longer have a woman to give back to you. You never once treated her like a human being, let alone your wife. You've never had a wife to begin with.
What exactly are you talking about? Sharina is my wife, and nothing you say will change that. Do you understand? Even legally, you can argue that she is not my wife. What foolish game are you attempting to play?
It doesn't really matter what you say because she'll get divorced and so will you. Sharina is presently undergoing treatment in the hospital for malnutrition or dehydration. I spoke with a lawyer about the best way to handle this scenario, and he told me that there was only one way to get Sharina out of this.
What do you mean? And why are you speaking with attorneys? What is going on?
I'm going to have my daughter divorce you and sue you for the harm she suffered during her marriage. To you.
Just one more second. You may easily break into my house, steal my wife, and then threaten to sue me. I have more than enough grounds to sue you.
Is that true? Do you have any proof that I broke into your home or did anything illegal?
Sharina had been chained to her chair, so how could she have escaped if no one helped her? She could not have gotten out of there on her own.
You realize you just admitted to domestic violence, right? You basically admitted to kidnapping your own wife. You even mentioned tying her up.
But wait, that's not what I intended. My words have been twisted by you.
I'm sorry, but I don't have time to chat to you anymore. I need to go to Sharina's doctor to see how she's doing. You might also be interested to know that we have her diary, which has more than enough evidence. Against you?
What do you mean you found her diary? I had no idea she had one.
She has a diary when she was a child, and in her most recent diary, she detailed all of the terrible things you forced her to do.
This is unbelievable. You mean she refused to clean the house but found time to keep a journal? So, if you believe you can sue me, know that I will fight you tooth and nail. I'm not going to let my wife think she can outsmart me. My family founded this country, and it will not be torn down by some insignificant individual.
Do you believe anyone cares about who your family is? Nobody cares if your ancestor did anything noteworthy 100 years ago.
What did you just say? Do you know who you're speaking with right now? You have the audacity to even speak to me in that manner.
Enough of that. Let's talk about Sharina's phone. You claimed she had broken her phone, but you really stole it from her, didn't you? To be honest, I believe you are the one who needs to learn how to be a good husband.
You cannot speak to me in that manner. I'll show you how to respect me and get my wife back if it's the last thing I do.
5 days later.
What actions did you take? What's going on? I want to know why. I know you did it, so tell me how.
Henry, I'm sure I have no idea what you're on about.
My mother recently passed out from cardiac problems. What did you do to her? And why is she acting so strangely?
I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I can assure you that I had nothing to do with it. Are you certain this wasn't merely a long time coming? I mean, I know how active your mother was in attempting to train my poor little kid.
Don't play stupid with me by pretending you don't understand what I'm saying. Things have been strange around us since you took Sharina. I'm sure it's all your fault.
And what gives you that impression? What has been strange since my daughter left?
Since then, all of our neighbors have stopped talking to us and have treated us horribly. The local paperboy has stopped delivering to us. We are being stared at when we go outdoors, and people are clearly talking about us. Someone even yelled at us to get out of town as soon as possible. I have no idea what's going on around here, but I'm sure you have something to do with it. Don't. You?
All of your neighbors appear to despise you. Are you sure that isn't it? Of course it isn't.
No way. How is that possible? Why would it even be that?
Well, I wouldn't be so sure. After all, it sounds just like that from what you're saying. Perhaps this is what happens when you treat everyone as if they are beneath you. I mean, if you're constantly looking down upon others, they'll get tired of it and start to push back sooner or later. This all seems very natural to me.
But it would be one thing if they simply disliked us, but this is on a whole other level. They're treating us as if we're all horrible criminals or something. I'm not sure why they all appear to genuinely dislike us. Something must have occurred.
If your neighbors' feelings towards you have altered, I suppose you should go talk to them about it, despite the fact that some of them assisted me in rescuing my daughter from you.
So you mean you broke into my residence with the help of my neighbor?
I simply expressed my concern about Sharina, and some of them volunteered to assist. That's probably where the rumor started.
So, what did you say to them? I'm dying to find out what you told my neighbors.
Oh, don't be concerned. I simply told them the truth. I told them about how you wouldn't allow her walk outdoors and how you treated her as if she were a servant.
That, however, is a falsehood. Because you lied about my family, now everyone despises us. Everyone treats us as if we are sick criminals who have just locked up young women in our home. You've made everyone despise us.
Well, I find that most rumors have some truth to them. Some of Sharina's neighbors had noticed how thin she had become. That, I believe, did not assist to slow down the rumor mill. I'm sure the majority of your neighbors now despise you and your family.
This isn't a game. I'm starting to panic. I mean, it's as if we're witches being pursued by a horde. My mother is terrified and refuses to leave the house. And now she's gone, having died of a heart attack as a result of the stress.
Oh, God, that's awful. That hardly sounds half as horrible as what you did to Sharina. And because all of your neighbors are aware of this, I'm sure they're treating you accordingly. I can't say I blame them. If anything, I'm relieved that they've all turned on you after learning the truth.
This is not something you can get away with. You've ruined my family's reputation. Someone even threw a rock through our house's glass.
Did they really go that far? If that happens, small-town life must be quite unique.
But it is entirely your fault. Your falsehoods enraged everyone. I swear to you, I'll make you regret it. You are not going to get away with this.
I'm afraid you and your family don't have the ability to stop this right now. You have nothing but your pedigree and not even that much money.
My family helped to build this town. These jerks have no idea who they're up against. My family is not stuck in this place with them. They are stuck here with us.
I asked one of her neighbors if that was true when he stated your family owned a store more than a century ago. He claimed that your family is the last of the town's original settlers and that they possess one of the worst pieces of land in town with little influence. You told me that everyone else has moved out.
That still implies we've been here the longest, which means everyone should appreciate us.
Are you referring to your large run-down shack of a house? When I went to get my daughter, I couldn't envision that house selling for much. The foundation is sinking, and the entire structure appears to be a significant health concern. To be honest, I'd be terrified to live there. However, if the lawsuit is resolved, you may no longer have a roof over your head.
Oh, I've got money. That is not an issue.
Oh, you do? That's great to hear. Now I won't feel so bad if my daughter sues you for all you own.
Wait a moment. Are you seriously planning to sue me for that much money?
I honestly believe you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. Do you comprehend what you're going to have after we're done with you? You'll be forced to leave your dingy little abode and will be responsible for your parents on your own.
Please don't. Simply put a stop to it.
Stop what? What do you mean? Use your words like a man.
Please don't sue us. I mean, I'm not going to be able to care for both of my parents on my own. And if we flee out of town, we'll be left with nothing. How are we supposed to live on?
Don't worry, if you need money, I'm sure you'll be able to get some big loans from banks.
Are you serious? We'll have to go into debt?
After how you handled my poor Sharina, I believe that is the least amount of punishment you deserved. After that, in the end, Henry and his family owed Sharina approximately $500,000 for their mistreatment of her. That effectively depleted their finances, and they eventually decided to leave town. They expected to recoup some of their losses by selling their mansion, but no one wanted to touch that crumbling mess. They had to borrow a lot of money to move away, and even then, they could only afford a small apartment. After the divorce, my daughter began to revert to her former personality and heal from her stay at Henry's. She's doing everything she can to put that horrific incident behind her and begin a new life.
I'm looking forward to this trip. It's going to be fantastic.
A trip? What do you mean? Like a day trip?
More extended than a day trip.
Unfortunately, I can't make it. Do you remember when the babies are due in a month? The due date is just a couple of weeks away.
How can I forget? Every day, all I see is that enormous belly. He looked like a whale. This trip isn't with you. I would have told you about it if that were the case. This is a trip for me. You know, with a baby coming and everything, I won't have many chances to get away. I've got to take the chance while I can and get away for a little while for my sanity.
A little while? How long are you actually planning on going? And who are you going with? Friends? Or by yourself?
Is that really important? I'll go and come back. That's all you need to know.
Wait, so you won't tell me who you're going with?
Who I'm going with doesn't really concern you because you won't be coming on the trip. If you were coming, I'd fill you in on all the details, but in this situation, you should definitely just take it easy at home. I'll go off on a short trip, come back, and the baby will probably be due. The timing will be perfect, I bet.
Roma, the due date is 7 days away, but it's not unheard of for the baby to come early. What if the baby comes early and you're not here? Also, with the heavy snow lately, there's no way I can get to the hospital without you. I really think you should reconsider this trip or whatever you're calling it.
What's the chance of that happening? Like 1%? There's no way it's coming early. Besides, you'll be able to figure it out. You're a big girl.
Why would you say something like that? Honestly, if I really get stranded, I'm gonna have to take a taxi.
Don't take a taxi. You know how expensive those are? We're not made of money, you know. Just get your friend to drive you.
This is crazy. Honestly, why are you going on a trip so close to the baby's birth?
I've been planning this trip for a while, Lucy. It's something I've been really looking forward to. The timing now is the best it could be. Like I said, it's gonna be really crazy and hectic after the baby comes. Now's my only chance.
The timing isn't good at all, though. I wish you would consider me and the new baby a little bit more. It's totally irresponsible to be heading out on a trip at this time.
What do you want me to do? Rub your feet? Cook up pasta dinners for you? I've been doing all that, and frankly, I'm getting a bit tired of it. I know pregnant women need to eat, but you've been really ballooning up. Like, I think you might have gone a bit overboard with a big appetite.
Are you insulting me? You know I need to eat extra to feed the baby, right? I guess you wouldn't know because you don't have a child growing in your stomach.
Can't you take a joke? It's normal to gain a bit of weight, but never mind.
Have you talked to your mother? It seems like your father isn't doing very well at all. His health is really suffering.
Yes, I know. I talked to her.
So, you really think that now is a good time for a trip?
Between you and me, the sooner the old man croaks, the sooner I'll get that inheritance money. We've talked about how nice that money is going to be for us. Maybe we can get that hot tub you've always wanted.
What? We've never talked about anything like that.
That's one of the reasons I booked this trip. It's quite a nice hotel. It even has champagne service.
I can't believe you. How can you be so inconsiderate? Your dad is not doing well at all and you're already thinking about money?
You and your mother keep telling me save money for the baby this, put aside money for the future that. Now's my only chance to spend a little on me. You understand too, right? It can't all be hard work, there's got to be some play too. All work and no play, it makes Roma a dull boy.
That's selfishness. Where did that come from? You used to be so kind. To me, my mother, everyone. You've really changed lately. Taking an extravagant trip and staying in a nice hotel when your father is sick and you've got a baby on the way? I think you need your head checked.
You don't understand me at all. I'm the one earning the money which pays for the house, food, the car, everything. Where's the appreciation? Where's the respect? Is that too much to ask? After all I do for you, you just criticize me and complain that I'm doing the wrong thing. Don't you think a break is good? Work-life balance, remember.
I'm only criticizing you because what you're doing is completely out of line.
All right then. I don't think you'll ever understand my way of thinking. You tell me to think more of you, but I think you need to reassess your priorities. If we got divorced, you'd be in a bad spot, Lucy. Remember that, okay?
Unreal, Roma. You've honestly changed. I don't even know who you're going on this trip with. That's not shady at all.
I told you, that's not important. It doesn't concern you. Anyways, I just wanted to let you know I'm going, and there's nothing you can do to change my mind now. One more thing. Do you think you could lose some weight after the baby's born? I'm having a hard time finding you attractive with this extra weight.
Shut up. You've said enough. I'm not gonna let you go on this trip. I'm calling your mother. What? Did you shut me in the storage shed? The doors are locked.
I had to do it, Lucy. I'm sorry, but you were just getting on my case too much. You would have never let me go on this trip.
Whatever. I don't care about the trip. Let me out of here, it's cold. It's gonna keep snowing tonight, it might get dangerous. This is serious, Roma.
Yes, well maybe you should have thought of that before you started calling me all those names. Inconsiderate, irresponsible. Those names don't feel nice, do they? And there's a window in there, right? It's insulated too, so it shouldn't be that bad. Just enjoy the lovely scenery as the snow falls.
There's not even a heater in here. This is nuts. You're nuts. I really can't believe you took it this far.
Well, just take the night in there to recollect your thoughts. Then, maybe when I come back tomorrow, you'll be able to treat me a bit kinder. Like a husband should be treated.
Your reasoning is totally backwards. I really can't take this. You lock me in our storage shack with no heater, no food, nothing. I might die, literally.
Don't overreact, Lucy. You'll be okay. Just take some time to think, and I really feel that you come out of this with a better idea of how I provide for our family. And hopefully a bit more respect for me. Remember, a good wife should follow and obey her husband. That's the way she learns how to act and behave in public. It's common knowledge.
All right, Roma. I'm thinking about what you've said and I think I can understand. You just want a little more respect, and I feel appreciated. I understand that. That's a very normal human feeling. I can definitely relate. So, would you please let me out of here? It's honestly getting really cold.
Huh? I just said I'm coming back tomorrow. You can take some more time to think about it. I'm already out the door. Actually, I'm pretty late meeting my friend. I should have been at the meetup spot ages ago.
Are you serious? You're gonna leave me in the storage shed? What the hell is the matter with you?
Take your time to think and I'll be back by tomorrow. Okay? See ya!
Roma. This is not safe for the baby. Think about the baby.
Lucy, how are you feeling? I know the due date for the baby's coming up, so I thought I should call. But I need to let you know that Robert is not doing very well. I think it'd be best if you and Roma came here tonight, just to see him. I sent a message to Roma, but for some reason he didn't answer.
Annie. Thank God. I don't have good reception here, but I need your help. I'm in a storage shed outside of her house. You've got to get the key and get me out of here, quick.
What? Where's Roma? He's not with you?
No, he's not. He went on a trip. I'll tell you more later, just come.
What? You mean the outside? You'll freeze in there. What do you mean a trip? At a time like this? That's crazy.
Yes, he was talking about the inheritance money. That's why he decided to spring for a high-class hotel. I actually don't know who he went with, he wouldn't tell me.
Oh my God! My own son! did that? I'm so sorry, Lucy. I can't say how mortified I am to hear that.
Annie, my phone battery is gonna die soon. It's cold too. My fingers are already cramping up. It's hard to type messages.
I'm sorry, Lucy. I'll be on my way.
Please come. I'll fill you in more later. My phone's gonna die.
All right, I'm heading right over now. I'll bring Alan to you. He can help if we run into any problems. Is the gate open? We should be able to get in, right? Lucy, are you there? Lucy!
I'm on my way back. After we talked yesterday morning, I didn't hear anything from you. What happened? I thought about it after. Locking you in the storage shed might have been going a bit overboard. I'm sorry about that. I just got a bit heated, that's all. How's everything going anyway? Were you able to think about us? And you know how you need to respect me.
Get over to the house, Roma. Right now. We're all waiting for you.
Huh? Who's all waiting? Lucy! What's going on?
This isn't Lucy, Roma. This is your mother. I know what you did. Locking your pregnant wife in the storage shed. During a snowstorm, no less. What were you thinking going away on a trip at this time? Honestly, I am out of words to say to you.
Mom? Why are you using Lucy's phone?
Roma, you need to take responsibility for what you did. You really messed up this time, and I honestly don't know how you're going to get out of it.
Is everything okay with Lucy? Nothing bad happened, right? And who's all gathering at the house? What happened?
Enough. Get over to the house now. I'll explain the situation to you after you get here. I'd rather not say it over the phone. The whole family's here, Roma. They know what you did. How you went on a trip right when your father was very sick. They all know how you locked your pregnant wife in that storage shed.
Listen, Mom, I have a good reason for all of this. You don't even know the full story. Don't go jumping to conclusions and giving everyone the wrong idea now.
Fine, when you're here, we can talk. Directly. Anyway, we're all waiting for you to get here. Come soon.
Lucy, are you okay? I was really worried. I'm glad that everything turned out okay.
Huh? What do you want? Don't pretend to worry about me. I don't need your fake sympathy.
I'm not just saying it. I was really worried. I kept thinking about you, even after I went on that trip.
Oh, is that so? That's why you ignored those texts from me and your family? You must have been really worried.
No, I would have replied, just the reception was bad. I really wanted to, believe me.
Wow, your tune sure has changed. It's too late though. Perhaps if you really had checked your phone and you could have properly said goodbye to your father. You know that he passed away just hours after you went on that trip. You missed your final chance to say goodbye to him.
I know! I went to my parents' house and all of the family were waiting there. They were all really sad. Super gloomy atmosphere.
You don't seem too choked up about it.
Nonsense! I care a lot. Like I care about you too. By the way, how's the baby?
I told you, don't ask about me. How was your little getaway with Eliza?
Huh? What are you talking about?
That's who you went with, isn't it? Eliza Richardson, I think it was. When your father passed, your mother called the hotel to get a hold of you, and the hotel staff told her the name of your partner.
Why did she call the hotel? That's supposed to be my private trip. What is she doing butting into my business? Besides, it was a business trip. Eliza is my coworker, and we were meeting customers there.
Oh, yeah. So that's why you were saying I deserve to have some fun. I need some me time. Not to mention the champagne service. That really sounds like a lot of business.
You don't know, Lucy. You weren't there. I did plenty of business.
It doesn't matter. We're getting a divorce.
What? You don't mean that, do you?
This past week you really showed your true colors. I found out who you really are. Someone who's heartless and only cares about himself. Locking me in the storage shed, not picking up the phone calls from your family when your father was deathly ill? Unforgivable.
But you're pregnant with our baby, Lucy? We're gonna start a family, like we've always talked about.
Why would I want to start a family with a piece of garbage like you? You're dead to me, Roma?
Well, I admit that locking you in the storage shed might have been a bit overkill. I never thought that it would drop below 0 either. That was a real surprise to me. So, like I said, I'm really, really glad you're okay.
It's too late to apologize. Your words are pointless. Anyway, I'm not even pregnant with your child anymore.
What? Did something happen to the child?
No. The baby was born. I'm not telling you where. You're not allowed to see it.
What? Why wouldn't you tell me something that important? Remember, that is my kid as much as it's yours. I deserve to know.
You deserve to know? Okay, why didn't you stick around to see the baby be born? Oh yes. You were away cheating on me with your coworker. Not that I care. After this, we're done and I'm gonna do my best to raise this baby. Alone.
What? As the father, I demand to see him.
It's actually a little girl. After the divorce goes through, you're gonna need to pay child support. I've already got a list of other expenses that I'm going to have a lawyer look at. Raising a child as a single mother isn't easy, but better than raising her with you.
Lucy, is this some kind of dark, twisted joke? Like, if this is true, I really can't take it. I need to see her. She's my daughter, for God's sake.
It's not a joke. This shouldn't even be a surprise to you. Your mother totally understands too. She's on my side in this.
My mother? Why is she even involved in this? You should have told me first.
Well, after you locked me in that shed, I had to ask your mother and brother to let me out. Luckily, they saved me before it got too freezing in there. But after that, I talked to your mother for a long time. We discussed the truly inconsiderate things you've done, and she decided to have you written out of the will.
What? Written out of the will? Stop it! What are you saying, Lucy? That was supposed to be my inheritance money, but you ought to go and mess with it. I'm really gonna get you back for this.
Is that a threat? Anyway, don't blame me. It was your family's decision. They decided as a group, as far as I know.
No, no, no! I have a right to that money. I'm his son in blood. What the hell? How did it come to this?
The family came to the decision, and I think it's a fair one, considering what you did. Your mother also very considerately offered a small sum of money to me to raise the child. She was absolutely heartbroken by the whole situation. Which is totally understandable.
Lucy, let's talk about this. This whole situation is getting way out of hand.
I don't want to ever hear your annoying voice ever again. You got to be alone for a long time and think about what you've done. Go live in that storage shed, you heartless troll. Having delivered a beautiful baby girl, I reached out to Roma's mother, who kept Roma from going to the hospital and witnessing the arrival of the new baby. Subsequently, I made up my mind to dedicate some time to my family. While I figured out my next steps, my parents provided significant assistance with the baby. In contrast, Roma was genuinely taken aback by the fact that he didn't receive anything from his father's inheritance. Even worse, after this incident, his entire family distanced themselves from him, disregarding his calls and messages. As expected, the woman with whom Roma had been having an affair discovered he was married and promptly ended their relationship. The rumor rapidly circulated within the office, resulting in several uncomfortable months for him upon his return from the entire debacle. The work environment became so unpleasant that he opted to resign and seek new employment in his smaller, rural hometown. In that place, he led a solitary existence, unable to visit either his young daughter or his family, who had abandoned him. It seemed as though he were confined to his own personal storage shed, unable to break free.
Mom, how is it going? I've just got back from school. So tiring.
Hi, Amanda. You're home later than usual. Did you have dancing club today?
Oh, I almost forgot to tell you. Today I've learned a new dance style. Let me see. It's called breakdancing. Do you know about it?
That's great. When I get out of the hospital, you'll have to show me.
Okay.
Sure, Mom. How do you feel now? Are you tired, Mom? Is Grandma always beside you?
I'm still fine, sweetheart. I am being treated really well in here. Don't worry, okay?
I'm dying to see my little sister. I can't wait to hold her in my arms and feed her every day.
Very soon, you can meet your sister, darling.
But Mom, when will you be discharged of the hospital? I miss you so much equals.
I'm not sure, sweetie. I miss you, too. I guess until the baby is born.
When will she be born?
The doctors think it'll be this weekend. I can't leave the hospital right after it's born, though. We have to wait and make sure everything is okay, for both me and the baby. So, take good care of yourself when I'm away. Promise me?
Yes, Mom, I will. If only the hospital weren't so far from our house, it'd be better. Dad and Grandma are so busy, they can't take me to the hospital to visit you. They haven't been home much lately. I have to cook and eat by myself.
What do you mean by yourself? I know Daddy has to work late and doesn't enjoy the family meal very often. But why isn't Grandma there?
She goes out a lot. Today she is on another trip.
Your grandma is on another trip?
Yes, Mom.
Then, who made dinner, tonight?
Before going to work, Dad gave me some money and told me to buy something at the store.
I see. I'll message your dad and tell him to try to get home with you as early as he can tonight. It's getting late, so make sure you get to the store and come back home before it get darker, okay?
I got it, Mom.
Mom, I can't seem to get a hold of David. Could you tell him to check his phone as soon as he gets home, please?
Stop asking to do things for you. David has been really busy lately. I have no idea what time he's going to come home.
Well, it's just that my contractions have started. The doctors said the baby's gonna be born late tonight or early tomorrow morning. So please tell him to get to the hospital soon. Once the contractions start getting closer together and more painful, I won't be able to contact him anymore. So please let him know.
What? Can't you just ask Amanda to do it?
Amanda is still in the elementary school. She's gonna be going to bed soon.
Well, I want to get to bed early tonight. Vacation makes me exhausted. I don't know when David will get home. I can't stay up all night waiting for him. Neither do I contact him. And even if I tell him, what's that going to accomplish? It's not going to make your contractions go away or anything. Contact him yourself after the baby is born.
You know this is David's child that's about to be born, right?
But we already know it's going to be another girl, don't we? This is your second daughter. You must have definite experience about this. Am I right? Besides, neither David nor I have any time to be trying to comfort you right now. That's what the nurses are there for. You contacted David and he didn't reply, right? There's your answer right there.
Okay, fine. Whatever. I'll try again myself.
You should have done that from the start instead of bothering me. The whole world doesn't revolve around you. You can try contacting him again, it's up to you. But I don't think you're gonna get a reply.
What does that mean?
Nothing. Is there a reason David won't be coming home tonight?
I wanted him to be here for this. And not only that. There are also lots of paperwork here that needs to get done before the hospitals release me. So I wanted him to come and help his wife with those, too.
Then why don't you just ask your parents to come and help? Oh, shouldn't I say parents, right? 'Cause your father died last month, didn't he? I guess it should be singular now, huh? Your mom's all by herself now. I'm sorry.
Whatever. I'll do it myself.
Thanks. Since I've moved here with you, you've been causing us nothing but stress.
Hey, I've never asked you to come live with us.
See? That's exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about. This attitude of yours. I've been living in this house with you for 3 years, and you've never treated me with respect.
Is that so? Once the baby is born, I guess we'll have reevaluate our living arrangements, won't we? That's another thing I'll have to talk to David about when I am discharged from the hospital.
You're right about that. That is, if David will listen to what you would say. He's not even with you now. I feel so sorry for you, LOL.
That's only because he's busy with work?
It's probably best if that's what you think. Anyway, don't ask me to do anything for you. It's annoying.
Amanda, where are you? Are your dad and grandma staying with you now? If they are, can you tell them to contact me as soon as possible?
Who is calling?
Huh? Amanda, it's Mommy. This is Amada, right? What's going on?
You're not my mom anymore. I don't know who you are.
What did you say? I've just got home. The house is completely empty. You guys wouldn't have moved, would you?
Yeah, we moved. And we're living in a new house.
Why did you move without saying me a word?
We are done with each other, and from now on, I don't have any relationship with you anymore. So I think it wasn't necessary for us to announce you.
What do you mean? How could you say that to me?
Dad and Grandma said they left the divorce paper by the front door. They said you should sign them immediately. When you're done signing them, call Grandma.
Divorce paper? What is going on? Amanda, please. Let me talk to your dad.
No. He said he doesn't want to talk to you. Dad and I don't want anything to do with you anymore.
Amanda, please.
You've been annoying. Grandma said she'll call you tomorrow. Make sure you sign the divorce paper before she calls. Mom. Are you awake? I'm sorry. I said bad things to you.
Amanda, is it really you? Are you okay? Are you safe?
I'm fine, Mom. Forgive me for this morning, I said such bad words to you. It wasn't me to do so. Grandma made me write those words.
But why did she have to do that?
She did it so you and Dad would divorce. Then she took the phone from me. I said I want to call you, but she made me to text you like that or else she will drop me out of the house. I'm sorry. Now, she is asleep, so I break into her room and take my phone back.
Amanda, I'm sorry. I must have been really bad for you this past week or so. I didn't want to leave you by yourself.
It's okay, Mom. But Dad and Grandma are acting so strange recently. They're talking like you're a bad person. That makes me scared.
Do you know where you are now? I'll come and get you.
I'm not sure, we've just moved here yesterday, so I don't know the address. But it's a really big and modern apartment building. It has 40 floors, Mom.
You mean a high-rise condo?
A high-rise condo? I don't know, but Dad said I won't be changing schools.
Really? Okay, I'll pick you up after school tomorrow.
I can see you again.
Of course. I'll see you tomorrow, just wait until then, okay?
Okay. Oh, and Dad said he's marrying a woman soon.
A new woman? What does that mean?
I don't know, but he said she's gonna have a new baby soon, too.
Are you sure he's not talking about your new little sister I just gave birth to?
I don't think he means my new sister. I didn't understand everything that Dad and Grandma were talking about, but they said the new baby that's coming is a boy.
OMG, Amanda, I'm so sorry that all of this is happening. I'm coming to get you tomorrow, I promise. Then you and I can live together, okay?
I just want to be with you. Dad and Grandma aren't very nice, and I don't like this new place.
I'm sorry all of this is happening to you, but thanks for contacting me even when everything that's going on badly.
Okay, Mom. I'll wait for you after school.
Daisy, did you sign that divorce papers yet? As soon as you do, message me. We have to discuss how you and David will be splitting the assets, as well as custody of Amanda and child support payments.
I think normally those things are discussed before signing the divorce papers.
Don't you think you're getting the order mixed up?
The truth is we don't want to drag out the process by arguing about all of that before the divorce is finalized.
I don't think you're in any position to refuse any of our conditions anyway, now are you? Besides, you want us to give you Amanda back, don't you? If you accept all of our conditions, David promises not to dispute custody of Amanda.
Does he really think he could get custody of Amanda?
Well, financially, he absolutely could.
So that's what this is all about, huh? Listen, I'll divorce David just like he wants. But I'm going to get everything. That includes the house, child support, and compensation money.
Compensation money? What are you talking about?
The money I'm going to be suing David for cheating on me. It seems his little mistress is pregnant, isn't she?
Cheating? Who did you hear something like that from?
Amanda told me all about it, and by the way, she is with me, so she won't be going back to that place David and you are at.
You kidnapped Amanda. You dirty little coward.
Who exactly are you talking about?
How dare you drag Amanda into this just so you can hide behind her and use her as your bargaining chip?
She's only in the 5th grade, but you know what, she's old enough to understand what's going on.
The fact that that girl would try to ruin my plans like this just proves that she's got your blood in her veins. I told her not to try to get in contact with you. I can't believe she defied me. Whatever, if you divorce David like he wants, we really can't complain. We were only holding on to Amanda as a trump card in case we needed her. You have no objection to the divorce, do you?
None at all. I have no feelings for David whatsoever anymore. He wouldn't even contact me while I was giving birth to his second daughter. And on top of that, he was cheating on me. Here's no way to save this marriage now. A husband who cheats on his wife and a mother-in-law who thinks that what he's doing is okay. The two of you together make me sick.
Saying that he's cheating is a little bit harsh. He's not cheating, he's just changing wife. And did you not hear, his new wife's child is going to be a boy? This new woman is so much better than you in any way. All you can give David is girls. Not to mention she's younger and taller than you. She's much prettier. Well, I'm glad David will have the wife you always wanted him to have.
But no matter how you want it, he's still cheating on me. So I'm suing him for compensation money.
All you talk about is money. You should be ashamed of yourself. If we pay you, will you be happy? Once he gets half of all your things, he'll be happy to pay whatever your little lawsuit amounts to.
Don't you think you're misunderstanding something? Do you know something about our assets that I don't?
Well, the husband and wife share everything, right? Usually everything gets split down the middle 50/50ths, right?
That's right. But ever since we got married, I've only been working part-time. I didn't make much money, so most of what I'll be getting will be from David. And I'm pretty sure we don't have as much savings as you think we do.
What are you talking about? After your father died, you would have gotten a big inheritance from him. You must have gotten hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? I know your father had money. Even if David only gets $10,000 from you, after he pays compensation money, he'll still have plenty of free money left over.
Is that what you guys were thinking?
What? What's so funny?
Don't you know how inheritance works? When one parent dies, it doesn't mean the kids get all the money. My dad can give his money to anyone he wants by his will. When my dad died, all of his stuff went to my mother. And I'm not getting a cent from him.
Huh? What are you talking about? You must be kidding, right? You just don't want us taking your money, so you're making up some crazy story.
What I said is true. I've never told David I was getting an inheritance. Why would he assume I was? Are you saying he went off and had an affair, and then went ahead with this divorce without looking into anything first? He must be even stupider than I thought.
But David, he said your dad's money would be yours.
He never asked me about that, and who would think that anyway? You two are both stupid for creating this whole plan of yours without verifying any of the important information. So like I said, I'll be suing David for compensation money. Not only was he cheating on me, but I hear the one he was cheating on me with is pregnant. I wonder if he started cheating on me when my dad died, or if it's been going on for a while and this new son is really his. I'll have to get talking to a private detective to see how long this has been going on for. Because, the longer he's been doing it, the more money I can get from him.
Wait, hold on. Daisy, let's just calm down, okay?
I think the only one not calm here is you, huh? I can't believe David wanted to use my dad dying as a way to get money from me. Just know that no matter what it takes, I'm gonna be getting my compensation money from your son.
Wait, let's just reconsider this whole divorce thing, shall we? This was David's idea, not mine. I've always been against it. I never wanted him to divorce you. When I heard he had done this and his mistress was pregnant, I cried so hard. It was only after I got so tired of crying that we came up with this idea. Let me try talking to David again. I think I can convince him to break up with his new girlfriend.
No, I really don't care about Leonard anymore. I'm just fine going ahead with this divorce. Just wait to meet me on the court. I got my lawyer to help me sue David for compensation money. When I tried to use David's mistress for compensation money as well, it became clear that David had never told her that he was married. When she found out, she wasn't too happy. But none of that is my problem. After I got my share of the assets and my compensation money from David, I made sure to block both his and his mother's number right away. I told Amanda that if she ever wants to see her dad again, she's welcome to do so. However, if David wants to talk to me, he'll have to do it through my lawyer. Actually, just the other day, my lawyer gave letter from David in the letter. He told me that since I had sued his girlfriend for compensation money, as well, they weren't able to make payments on his loan for the condo. It also seems that Leonard's mother, Marie, was kicked out of the condo because his girlfriend didn't like her. How pathetic you are.
Hey, can you stay a minute after work? I have something to talk to you.
Is it important? I have to go home with my wife.
Yes, it's very essential. John, you should stay and hear that.
Okay. Come in.
Thanks, baby.
What do you want to say?
Oh, I miss you so much.
Don't talk nonsense. We're just colleagues.
But I don't want to be your colleague. I want to be your lover.
Lover? I don't have any special impression with you. You should stop.
No, but I love you. I can do anything for you.
I don't want to talk to you any longer. Go away. Don't give me your easy words.
I love you, John.
Be careful.
See? You worry about me. You love me. Don't lie yourself.
Stand up.
Hey, John. What are you doing?
What are you doing here?
So I ask you again. What do you do?
It's not what you're thinking.
I caught you red-handed. You were hugging your secretary. Don't lie to me, John. How can you deal with this matter?
I just help her to stand up.
Really?
No, I love him and so does he. He will divorce and start a new relationship with me.
You need to stop talking nonsense if you want to continue working here.
No! I only tell the truth. Hey, Judy, tell your sister to divorce with John.
I want keep the relationship that's not worth saving.
Judy, please don't get me wrong.
Explain and apologize to my sister.
Please don't tell her anything.
I will tell her everything I saw. Hi, how's it going, Julia?
I'm fine, and my design of flower is very much in demand.
That sounds good. Lucky to you.
It's very kind of you to say so.
How about you and John these days?
How come you ask me that question?
You didn't see any strange thing?
No, I have been working all day long these days.
I will tell you a shocking news. Your husband has an extramarital affair with his secretary. I saw both of them hugging each other at his room at our company. I think you should ask him about that and deal with the problem.
I didn't know anything about his secretary. Do you have any information about her?
I have her phone number. Do you want it?
Send me. I want to figure it out.
Not only just talk with her, but also ask your husband.
Don't worry, I will handle it thoroughly.
What do you feel now?
I'm very surprised and a little bit disappointed in my husband.
Don't be sad that easily. Finding the truth and everything will be okay.
Is this Jasmine?
Yes, it is. And who is this?
My name is Julia. I think that you know who I am.
Sorry, but never have I heard that name.
I'm John's wife. Ha ha ha.
How come you burst into laughter?
It's very funny that you don't know who's your old flame's wife.
Oh, you turn out to be my rival.
Oh, you're as bold as brass, then I think.
I don't think so because the woman John loves is me, not you.
How old are you?
Why you ask me that?
You look too young, but why you behave so silly? You think a successful man having 2 kids and a wife will leave his family to love a girl like you?
Because I'm beautiful and I understand what he gone through at work, not like you.
Ha ha ha, what innocent you are.
That's why he loves me.
You seem not to be scared of anything.
Why have to scare an old, ugly woman like you?
Are you sure?
At least John will protect me and we will be happy from now on.
But you ever think what I will do if it happens? You think you have any chances to undermine my family?
What will you do?
It will be horrible than you can imagine. Even your career, you family. I will let them know what you're doing. Or do you mind if I let you jobless or something more catastrophic? Just thinking, girl, you rehaving your future and also your reputation to exist in this harvish society. Don't be dedicate your youthfulness just because of a man who had family. Don't be that easily scared. I am knowledgeable. I won't do that in polite action. Just thinking about what I have just said comprehensively. This is an alert I give to you.
How's it going?
I spent all day taking care of my child, so I don't have time to get out of the house. I didn't even suspect that he was cheating on me. All you saw seemed to be the truth.
I have always been aware of how much pain John caused you. Don't be too sad, you have to talk to him straightly. Knowing more just let you sadder and sadder. Don't investigate anymore. Just asking John if you want to stay or not, at the worst case, divorce and take the right to raise your children.
Why are the bad things always come to me like that? I used to have a happy family and these cute children. Why things come so suddenly and kill me like that? I can't stand that. What I have to do now, Judy? How about my children? If they know, what will they thinking?
Julia, you need to keep calm down now. I know everything comes unexpected, but you still have your store and also your children. You have to hold out to protect your child and your family. Talking to John, Julia.
Thank you. If I don't have you here, I don't know what to do.
If the truth are what you and I saw, just stand firm and accept that John don't love you anymore. Free yourself from that relationship, and I hope that you can find a proper man. And I believe that you can stay alone without the care of a man and you will raise your children well. I wish you all the best.
Thank you for saying that.
You're welcome.
Hey John, I know all things you do behind me. Let's divorce.
What? Are you serious right now?
I don't need you or you're a spawn in my life. All I need is my son. We are fine without you. I've already filed for divorce, so you need to get out. Don't forget to take your spawn with you.
Your leeching days are over.
Leeching? Your son is the only one who is leeching off of people. I am not interested in any more of your slander against my son.
Just get out.
And what do you mean? You filed for divorce? How could you possibly have done that?
I found a divorce petition earlier today, already signed.
I just took the liberty of dropping it off for you.
You stole my thunder. I was looking forward to the day when I can file for divorce.
You don't know the truth. Don't act too quickly. It'll influence to our sons.
I have met her few days ago. She told me all things. That you and her have been in a relationship for a long time. And you told that you would divorce and get married to that woman. I will do everything before you do that. The one who divorces must be me, not you. You don't have right to do that. The liar don't have power to do anything. I will be the one who decide all of this.
Julia, calm down. I didn't say anything to Jasmine like she told you. All thing is just her saying, I don't do that. I love you and our sons. I want us to raise them together. Don't get me wrong.
Why have you still lied until now, John? Judy saw you and her at your room directly, and I have met her. Everything is clearly, you can't give me the runaround anymore.
That day is a misunderstanding. I just helped her to stand up because she flopped when trying to give me the document. I threatened her with the sack. If she continues to approach me and my family, she will be dismissed. The proof is I will discharge her immediately if you told me to do that.
Do you have proof for your saying?
Yes, I will do anything to protect our family and 2 sons.
Are you serious?
I won't let them hurt. So would you give me a change to solve this problem? Thank you. I love you, Julia. You're so tolerant.
Yes, let's give Jasmine your marching orders. And I will believe in you. I won't submit divorce petition.
If you want, I can give you anything because you're my wife.
Moreover, I want a job at your company. I don't want to stay at my store and at home to do housework anymore.
Let's live forever together and raise our sons to be a good person. Let's live forever together and raise our sons to be a good person.
If you got my forgive, don't let me disappointed.
Yes, my darling. Hey, Jasmine, I have to sack you because you aren't thoughtful through working process.
What? I just tell you the truth. Did your wife tell you to sack me? I don't accept the truth. I am a good secretary. I help you a lot at work and nobody can take the place of me. I will do all things for you. Please don't let me get away from you. I love this job and I love you.
I'm sorry, but can you stop talking crazy things?
No, I know you love me.
What a brazen-faced woman. I'm so despair with you. A beautiful and young woman, you have good education and you're very intelligent. Why you rush headlong to the man who already have a family? Just accept it. I will pay you 1 month's salary before you go. I won't say anything to you. Now get out of here, or I will call the safeguard to get you away from the company. Don't let yourself feel ashamed and destroy your future.